What is going on? What are you?
I'm so excited. I finally got my shirt.
All right, folks, welcome back to another installment of Ben Shapiro Reacts to Woke.
Because conservative parents feel like it's not okay? They're not gay! It's not their place to talk about it. Stop being concerned with what other people like.
Before we continue, I'd like to ask for a quick favor. If you're enjoying this content, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of our viewers watch without subscribing, and while it's free for you, it makes a world of difference to us. Have you hit that subscribe button? Awesome, thank you so much for your support. Now let's get back to the video. We start with a TikTok that seems to suggest that white people should zip their lips about, wait for it, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Why what happened at the Oscars is not something white people need to speak on right away. There is so much nuance and complexity and layers that
So boring!
you will not be able to understand through your white experience without education and listening to specifically Black women.
Wait!
Which we all know
Hold
many
up.
people do.
Hold up, what? Let's rewind for a second. A black man slapped another black man on live TV, and somehow this TikToker believes it's a sacred cultural moment.
Why do I have to listen to black women about this? Just a black dude smacking another black dude across the face. What does that have to do with black women?
Why can't anyone, regardless of race, comment on a moment that literally everyone saw? Spoiler alert.
It's coming through your white lens, which has you on a place of moral high ground, lacks understanding of Black trauma, has such an emphasis on this binary of who is good or who is bad, centers violence, only actually continues to minimize Black women and their pain, and most annoyingly, continues to center yourself on shit that really just is not your business. So just take
It was on national TV!
right away. Really try and look at the entire situation before you...
The entire situation is you're an obnoxious human. Shut up!
Because what you fail to see through your white lens was the
You just keep
actual-
going!
But hey, it's 2024 and critical thinking isn't exactly trending on TikTok.
So now, if you watch a man smack another man across the face on national TV, it's what you perceive to have happened, but is it really what happened? Is there some sort of mystery world in which this didn't happen? Oh, you're so obnoxious, you're not special.
She's out here lecturing the internet about who gets to have opinions while simultaneously turning the Will Smith slap into an avant-garde essay on rape.
If this person were in a room, I would run straight through a wall to get away from this human. This human is so crazy. Who would opt into this?
Next up, we've got an elementary school teacher in Florida grappling with the horrors of, wait for it, not being...
As an elementary school teacher in Florida, this new bill has really been weighing on me a lot. I teach first grade, which means my classroom is one of the ones that will be directly affected. For those of you who haven't been in the classroom in a while, one of the things that teachers always do at back to school night and meet the teacher and things like that is they like send home this cute little like meet the teacher thing where it has like a little bio about us, some of our favorite stuff, just so that you know who we are. Do I lie and not talk about my marriage? Do I pretend I'm single? Do I invalidate my spouse's stance as a trans femme person?
Are you one of those single tier people?
Or do I put my job on the line?
She's apparently devastated by Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay bill and wonders if she has to invalidate her spouse's identity or...
How about you stop talking to your kids about your private life because no one cares?
Nobody cares!
I'm amazed at how many adults think that it is the job of children to validate their lifestyle choices. I'm amazed by this. This is just an insane thing to me.
When I was in elementary school, not a single teacher shared their dating profile or marital woes. Why? Because their job was to teach us, not unload their personal baggage onto a group of kids still trying to figure out how to tie their shoes. And then we get to the next TikTok where someone is dramatically losing their mind over, wait for it, basic boundaries in education.
As an American citizen, I find it truly disgusting that my country goes 40 steps forward just for people like the governor in Florida to take us 30 steps backwards. Don't say gay, Bill? Are you serious? Don't talk about what I went through and what my fellow gay LGBTQ plus community went through to get me here. Are you serious right now? Is the government sleeping? Why are they letting you do this? Isn't this the free country, the free world, freedom of speech? Don't say gay! That goes against freedom of speech! You cannot sit here and say being gay is not a choice when you're not gay. You don't know that. Now you want to make learning about our history illegal? You are literally making it harder for children to feel comfortable because conservative parents feel like it's not okay. They're not gay. It's not their place to talk about it. Stop being concerned with what other people like. This is disgusting.
Free speech, really? Because last time I checked, the bill doesn't ban anyone from being gay or talking about being gay. It simply sets limits on what's discussed in classrooms. But according to this TikToker, it's basically 1984 all over again. Speaking of death tolls, let's talk about the next TikTok. This person looks into the camera and demands how many
is going down in Florida, Texas, Idaho, South Carolina. It's going down everywhere. What the are you doing about it? This is your mess that my community has to suffer. I see lots of yep, like y'all think you're Pac-Man, but I don't see nothing. So how many coffins will it take? How many members of my community have to die because of this wave of hate? 100? 500? 10,000? 50,000? 100,000? A million?
A million? Million transgender Americans are going to be murdered this year? Explain.
Now, if you thought things couldn't get weirder, buckle up. Someone else decides to take up space, ironically, by lecturing us about how white people take up too much space.
Are y'all aware that y'all often take up space with disregard for the people of color around you?
Stop for a second. What does it mean to take up space? Like existing?
If there's any confusion, I can give you guys an example.
Yeah.
I'm from New York City. Sometimes a sidewalk is narrow to the point where there's only enough room for two modes of traffic, one going and one coming. But that has never stopped white people from walking side by side and holding hands and expecting you to either stand and wait for them to pass or walk in the street if you need to keep them.
Wait, hold on. I'm to be informed that only white people hold hands. That's great.
I mean, the mental gymnastics here are impressive. Do these people think white folks are out here measuring sidewalk dominance with rulers? Pro tip, crowded sidewalks are a universal problem. It's not a race issue, it's a New York...
By the way, I like the guy in the back. Who's the guy in the background? I'm just noticing there's a person who's standing around in the background while this person films. Looks like they're in some sort of uniform. So this is at the insane asylum.
And just when you think we've hit peak absurdity, we meet the person who literally brought home their uterus in a jar and decided to show it off on TikTok.
Hey y'all, so I just got my uterus back. And it looks so freaking cool. Trigger warning, this is an organ and it is a wet specimen. And it is my uterus, plus the tubes as well. So, ready for the reveal? This is it. This is my uterus. She scrubbed off all the blood. That is my cervix. That's what a cervix looks like, y'all. And I also got a LED plug-in LED stand with it. So it lights up different color and spins while it displays it, which is so cool.
I think I'm gonna vomit.
Look, I'm not here to judge, okay? I'm absolutely judging, but who wakes up one day and thinks, you know what the internet needs? A close-up of my cervix. I genuinely have no words. Well, except maybe why? Just why? Why would you show me this? We wrap things up with some AI-generated hilarity, a fake Joe Biden speech that perfectly captures the rambling, head-scratching essence of his real ones.
I forced a bot to watch over 1,000 hours of Joe Biden speeches and then asked it to write a Joe Biden speech of its own. Here's the first page. Joe Biden speech. Interior speech field. On a stage stands Joe Biden. He smells a podium from behind. A crowd roars, knowing Joe's nose smells America's woes. Bars. Joe Biden.
I've been Delaware and Vice Obama. Now it's time for you to put me in a home. The White Home.
Joe Biden continued.
When I was younger, I had a bully named Kitchen Steve, and he stole my legs for a long weekend. Did I cry? No. I put my fist in a mailbox, and mailman delivered Kitchen Steve a letter of hurt. That was 2016.
So there you have it. Another round of TikTok lunacy brought to you by people who desperately want attention. Until then, I'll be over here questioning my life choices and hoping for that asteroid.